Hey everyone, Chris Stoltz coming at you today from Sesame Place. The park is celebrating the Count's Halloween Spooktacular. So let's go inside and see how the park is decorated for the event and check out the park's recent updates. As you can see, the park has been decked out for the Count's Halloween Spectacular. The Count has replaced Big Bird over the sign, and they have pumpkin statues of Ernie, Bert, and the Count as you come into the park. Wow, check out that snoz. That's one long snoz. There's also a giant inflatable Count welcoming you to his Spooktacular event. Since we were here last, this whole section has been revitalized. We have Big Bird's Beach, and we have Elmo's Surf and Slide. Obviously, it's not running right now. This is October, so it's not currently running. None of the water attractions are running, but this was new this summer. It replaced Tweedledbug Land. Over there used to be a large Ernie and Rubber Ducky, which have both been removed. But for the Count's Spooktacular, this area is being used for trick-or-treating. Check out these pumpkin statues of Big Bird, Grover, here's Abby. There's a whole trick-or-treat station here, so you can come here and ask for free candy or a bag of chips, apparently. At this station, we got Goldfish. This one is sponsored by Haribo. So what do we get here? Little gummy bears? Gummy bears come out of Cookie Monster's head. This should be the cookie station, just saying. In the Elmo pumpkin, they have a whole bunch of interesting little candies. In the Ernie and Bert pumpkins, they're giving out the Count's Spooktacular magnets. That's just spooktacular. In the season pass holder area, they have Count Von Count cornhole. So hopefully every time though, you make a point and you count your score, it doesn't rain because you don't want it raining on your cornhole parade. Again, since the last time I was here, this whole area has been totally re-themed. This would typically have water on it. All this would be filled with water, but because it's not being operated right now, you can just walk right into the empty pool. You can see this whole new decoration for Big Bird's Beach. In Abby's backyard BBQ, there's a whole little photo opportunity for you to be eating inside the arbor. Outside Abby's Paradise Theater, they have statues of Elmo, Abby, and Tango. I like the postcard, Greetings from Bert and Ernie's Splashy Shores, featuring, of course, Bert and Ernie and Rubber Ducky welcoming you to the whole area of the park. There's a sand pit you could dig and play in, but the main area is a splash park. This whole area would have fountains that would pop up and kids could get wet. Obviously, again, none of the water attractions are operating today, but you can kind of see what would be happening if it was operating. I guess I'd be all wet, but that's what would be happening. We got Bernice in an inner tube, a beach ball, and even Rubber Ducky in an inner tube as well. I mean, shouldn't Rubber Ducky float by himself? I mean, he is a Rubber Ducky bath toy after all. And swiggling all around is Big Bird's Rambling River, which is a lazy river ride they've renamed Big Bird's Rambling River. And you'd come down here in your tube and go down this way, around that way, all around Bert and Ernie's Splashy Shores. And then you would wind up somewhere else relaxed because you've just completed a lazy river ride. The neighborhood has been decked out for Halloween as well. Here we have some ABC and 1, 2, 3 pumpkins. I guess that really makes them 6 pumpkins, right? Because 3 for ABC and 3 for 1, 2, 3. That's 6 pumpkins. Ah. Of course, it wouldn't be a trip to Sesame Place without a visit to Mr. Hooper's gift shop, formerly Mr. Hooper's Emporium, to see what other kind of fun gifts and souvenirs they have. Here we have a 2023 souvenir figurine. The Halloween section here has a Cookie Monster Me Want Treats shirt, a shirt featuring Elmo as Frankenstein surrounded by bats, ghosts, candy, and black cats. Here we have a section touting this year's classic character plush. Of course, it's Snuffy's younger sister, Alice, and they have a whole bunch of plush here featuring Alice that you can pick up. Here are some large plush featuring Oscar as a gingerbread Grouch. Here are some light-up sensory toys featuring Big Bird, Cookie Monster, and Julia. This section of Sesame Place pins has a few other designs that weren't in the main store, such as Mecha Cookie Monster, Mecha Elmo, Mecha Abby, Mecha Tango, Disco Cookie Monster, Disco Murray, Disco Oscar, Disco Two-Headed Monster, and even a Disco Honker. Here's the limited edition classic character pin of Guy Smiley, and Ernie and Bert theater faces. And if you want some Sesame Place water bottles, this is your last chance to get them half off before they sell out. I mentioned that the whole other water park area was re-themed and they had a giant rubber ducky. Well, now rubber ducky has been moved down to kind of near the neighborhood for photo ops. So I guess I should take a photo then, right? Of course, there's a classic Sesame Street song. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not quite the same. So we have a whole bunch of plush that you can win in these games. We have Oscar, Cookie Monster, Elmo, Grover, and then a hot dog. So as you can see, one of those things was definitely not like the others. They also have a bunch of character standees dressed in Halloween costumes. So we have Cookie Monster dressed as a superhero with a trick-or-treat bag, of course, filled with cookies. The Count wrapped up in what he's doing and not paying attention. That's one scared ghost. But that's a mummy, not a ghost. Elmo saying meow because he's dressed like a cat. Zoe dressed as a witch. Bert and Ernie dressed as pirates. We have Ernie here with a bag of booty and Bert with a treasure chest full of candy. Here's Big Bird dressed as a skeleton, Cookie Monster dressed as a jar of cookies, and a bunch of pumpkins with a black cat on them. On the other side of this fence, if you look real closely in the back here, you can see that the back of the store is the furry arms from the Around the Corner days. Literally, they put this around the corner of the store. And you can see Bernice and the Two-Headed Monster. They're able to have a whole around the corner facade, which would be a nice touch for old school fans. Because they now have the Sesame Street store at the entrance to the park. This Sesame Souvenir store, which was located right before the exit, is now closed. Apparently, I talked to a cast member, it is now closed for good because they no longer need to have this Sesame Souvenir store available when they now have the world's largest Sesame store located literally around the corner. If you saw my previous video, then you know that to leave the park, we have to exit through the world's largest Sesame Street store. So that's going to do it for this look at the Count's Halloween Spooktacular. Thanks everybody for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Please be sure to comment down below and let me know what your favorite item from this video was. Please be sure to follow us on all our social media channels, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to check out part 3 as I show you all the items I picked up from the store.
Cookie.